Mongolian Dude here. I live in Mongolia and most of the time I eat Mongolian food, but when I crave non-Mongolian food, one of my favorite go-to places is La Rosa and especially their Burrito, and here it is where the magic happens. This Mexican fusion joint has always been a local favorite from the get-go. With music blasting and crowds roaring, La Rosa is known for its vibrant atmosphere and delicious food. The restaurant's success is directly linked to the master chef / owner of the restaurant, a self-proclaimed pool master, Mr. Cliff Arend. So you come from New England, America. How did you end in Mongolia?
That's a long, loaded story, but basically my wife is Mongolian, but we met in the United States, and we came here for a 2-week vacation that turned into 12 years later and what you see now.
Cliff and his wife Enkhmend are the owners of Rosewood Hospitality Group, a brand behind trusted and loved venues like Rosewood Restaurant, Fat and Burgers, The Butchery, The Market, and of course, La Rosa.
I was raised in a very weird American, Japanese, Chinese household. My parents raised me as a vegetarian, vegan until I was 15 years old. I grew up eating miso and my mom making tofu from scratch when I was a kid. So the idea of like food and food culture has been ingrained in me all of my life.
Yeah, and as you said, the whole concept is this chef-driven restaurant.
Yeah. That we cook food that I want to eat. That's the main idea first, and then we move forward from there. My idea of authentic cuisine is less about trying to recreate the cuisine exactly, and trying to pay homage to what that culture went through to create that cuisine. So I don't think that I can serve authentic Italian food or authentic Mexican food or Spanish food or anything outside of Spain, Mexico, or Italy. But I can take that philosophy and that ideology and apply it to what we're doing here. And that to me shows respect for their culture.
And what's the origin story of La Rosa?
So as a chef, a business owner in the US, we'd get out of work and the places that were open late were taquerias and stuff like that. And so we would always go eat that stuff. And so La Rosa, the idea was like, I was here, I was missing this food, and it was a joke. I was like, let's just do like a one-night pop-up restaurant serving, really cool Mexican food because I wanted to eat it. And so we did it, and it was like a wild success, but also a complete disaster. Like, it was so much busier than we expected it to be. Like, we prepped food for like 50 people, and we ran out of food in like an hour and a half. It was a complete disaster. And so then over the years, we started doing this thing over and over and over again. We did it for about 7 years of this La Rosa pop-up. We would do it at my Italian restaurant. We would do one day, we would turn the whole restaurant into a Mexican restaurant. And we would try to do things relatively correct. We would import, the right products. We would import chilies and do all this stuff. And it just got like crazy. All of these flyers that you see on the wall here, like these were the pop-ups. Every time we did a pop-up, we created a new flyer. It all depended on like what was happening in like the world at that time. So this is 2017. This is like Rocket Man, Donald Trump.
Yeah.
These ones, again, another funny Trump thing. Mexican food's so good you can build a wall around it. Like just like as ridiculous as possible. Like everything was like just to have fun, and like that's why I said like this whole thing was like a joke. After about 8 or 9 years of doing that, I kind of like gave in to the idea, and I was like, if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do it right. And so we went to Mexico and we tasted everything and ate everything. And, we learned about nixtamalizing corn, which is this whole process of how you make tortillas from scratch. And, we learned about mezcal, and we learned about, just the beauty of Mexican food and culture. We're not serving authentic food here, but I had to know what it was first before I made any changes. These are all photos that I took personally when we were traveling through Mexico. It would grow and expand with the more time I traveled and went to Mexico. This lady's been on the street making these tortillas for like 50 years, and she taught me how to make tortillas. I took a picture of her. This is one of my friend's restaurants in Mexico City. The architecture, the doors, like it's just beautiful. Mm-hmm. And so I wanted to make sure that it was part of our business and it will expand in the future.
Great. For me, you have the best burrito in that part of the world. Okay.
So the burrito is like a super controversial thing. So the burrito that we serve at our restaurant is a homage to a mission burrito. So mission burrito refers to the idea of the Mission District of San Francisco, and that was, definitely an American amalgamation of Mexican immigration and American hedonism. In Mexico, if you get the burrito, it's something very small and little. In America, it's like, how big can you get it? Okay, so I wouldn't say that our food is by any means authentic to Mexico, but we have a lot of authentic techniques that we use.
Yes, and then you have three options, which is beef, pork, and lamb, which is unique to Mongolia, right?
Yes and no. In Mexico they do eat a lot of lamb, so it is actually a very correct thing to have. But yes, we have the three options, so you can pick your meat, and then it's beans. And these are heirloom beans that we import from Mexico, and tender meat that we use. And then we use in all of our burritos, they get salsa roja, and salsa roja is just a very, very simple salsa that's made from. In our case, we make it with guajillo chilies and chile de árbol, and it's basically just chile de árbol, guajillo chilies, onion, garlic, water, salt, and just slowly cooked and then pureed.
It's an amazing history behind La Rosa, but also behind Rosewood Hospitality Group. It was great to talk with you, Cliff. Thank you very much. I'm really hungry and I want to eat that burrito.
Awesome. Well, my team is probably back there making you an amazing Mission Hill style burritos. So enjoy and have fun. And it was a real pleasure to talk to you.
Gracias. Thank you very much.
De nada.
side, I have my burrito, and you can hear that La Rosa is bustling with people enjoying their time here. And I chose beef burrito, non-spicy. Why? Because I can't eat spicy, to be honest. And have a... Oh, look at this. Oh my God. So you can see beef, veggies, guacamole inside. Wow. And I can't wait to get my first bite. Just look at it. Wow. The beef is so tender. You can say it almost melts in your mouth. Certain foods I like to eat with hands, and I would like to say that the pickled red onions are also a great match to burrito. So I would say, if you are a newbie, you have to come to La Rosa and try burrito. You have to. On the side we have rice and beans. Based on how much I ate during the day, I usually eat rice as a side, and I try to avoid beans because after beans I have explosions. Burrito is really good. It was so delicious. Burrito at La Rosa, Mongolian Dude approved. Oh my God. It was amazing. Hit the subscribe button or I will invade you. If you want to make the best Mongolian travel experience ever, connect with Mongolian Dude.